Dear students, welcome back in my class of CIS 3158 Mobile Applications and Game Development. Now we are in week number 8 and the focus of this session is on alpha beta tuning. I have divided my video lecture in several parts and this is part number 1 of alpha beta tuning. Basically what we are going to do in this session, we are going to discuss alpha beta tuning, which is one of the optimization technique for minimax searching. We discussed this topic in the last week, that is in week number 7, and alpha beta pruning is a technique to optimize minimax searching. So in this session what we are going to do, we are going to discuss how alpha beta pruning will help in improving the performance of the minimax searching techniques. So what you are going to do in this session, you are going to basically you are going to extend the coding of week 7 in week 8, and what you are going to do in the coding, you are going to add alpha beta pruning. So this topic you will complete during the tutorial session. So this is what we are going to discuss in this session. So before starting this session, we will take a quick recap and we'll see what we have achieved in this module from week number 1 till the last week. So I have presented as usual my diagram. This is the diagram which I have presented here. So you can see here week number is given, session objective is given, what you have done, and the task you have completed as a coursework 1. So in week number 1 we completed a static JavaScript application using Ember framework. In the tutorial session you completed the tutorial and a weekly task. In week number 2, you extended your application by adding external server and you created a dynamic JavaScript application using Ember. You completed the coding in the tutorial session and task 2 of coursework 1. In week 3, you implemented a JavaScript application where you utilized both Ember framework and SL.js for creating an interactive interface, and in the tutorial session you created the application and at the end you completed task 3. In week number 4 you used some additional frameworks of SL.js family for animation and you added the sound effect in your application, and during the tutorial session you completed all these things. Week number 5 was a little challenging where you implemented a JavaScript application where you utilized Apache Cordova to deploy the application in the mobile phone. So this is what you did in week number 5, and then you completed all these things. Some students still have problem with this tutorial. Last week, one or two students, I think 2 students reported that they are struggling with this. So don't worry, I will help you to fix the problem. And in week number 6, you completed heuristic and searching techniques, and we discussed coursework 2, what you are going to do in coursework 2, and how these tutorial from week number 1 to week number 5 will help you to complete the coursework 2. And then you completed task number 4. In the last week, we discussed Minimax search. So all in all, what we discussed in week number 7, Minimax search was the main topic. But in order to understand this, I covered backtracking and then I explained how this backtracking can be used for understanding and implementing Minimax searching tree. Then at the end of this week, you completed task 5. So you have completed coursework 1. Coursework 1 is done now. Now your focus should be on coursework 2, and I already explained about coursework 2 in week number 6. In the next week, I will check the status of coursework 2, and if you have any difficulty, you can let me know so that you can complete the coursework 2 by week number 11. In this week, we are going to discuss a new topic, which is, this is week number 8, and in this week, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss alpha beta pruning. So first you will get the video lectures, and then during the tutorial session you will implement the concepts practically. So in order to complete this topic, I have given the aim and objectives in the next slide. So all in all, there are 2 aims that have been identified for week 8 session. So here you can see the first aim is understanding alpha beta pruning. So in the video lecture, when you will watch the video lecture and you will complete the slides, you will be able to understand what is alpha beta pruning and why one should use alpha beta pruning for Minimax search. And then in the tutorial session, you will write the programming code for adding the features of alpha beta pruning. So these 2 aims are enlisted here for week 8 session, and you will achieve these 2 in this week. In order to achieve these 2 aims, I have given some objectives. So all in all, I have identified 4 objectives which are listed here. So the first objective is, what is alpha beta pruning? So under this objective, I will explain the basics of alpha beta pruning. This is what I will cover under this objective. Second objective is why to use alpha beta pruning. Under this objective, I will explain the merits of implementing alpha beta pruning for min max searching. So under the second objective, I will explain how you can utilize the merit of alpha beta pruning for improving minimax searching. The next objective is on how to improve minimax searching. Under this objective, I will explain the working of alpha beta pruning. And to explain the working, I will use examples to demonstrate the working. So working will be demonstrated with the help of an example, so that you can understand how to apply the concept of alpha beta pruning for improving minimax searching. And lastly, the last objective, that is objective 4, is on implementation of alpha beta pruning for gaming. This objective will be achieved during the tutorial session of week number 8. That is, on Friday you will implement the programming code where you will complete objective 4. In the next part of the video lecture, I will discuss objective 1. Thank you very much. So I will explain objective 1 in the next part of my video lecture for week number 8.